Welcome to the Digital Amateur Television Experimenters Night. This is VK7 OTC, the club station of the Radio and Electronics Association of Southern Tasmania. Amateur radio is a worldwide hobby that has many different aspects. Digital television is just one of the many modes and areas that are covered. Maybe you're interested in becoming involved in the DATV Experimenters Nights. Do you realise that you do not have to be a radio amateur or need any ATV equipment to participate anywhere in the world? Also participate in the night by coming up to the Queen's Domain club rooms. Yes, right on top of the Queen's Domain in the heritage-listed Coast Wireless Station. You never know, we might get you in front of the camera or behind doing one of the many roles during the night. We get underway with our program on a Wednesday night from 7:30pm local time. We'll see you soon. This is VK7 OTC.
This is VK7 OTC, the club station of the Radio and Electronics Association of Southern Tasmania with our DATV Experimenters Night. And I have Murray, VK7ZMS in the studio. Hello, Murray.
Good evening.
How you going?
Good.
Excellent. Excellent. So, before we get underway, I wish to acknowledge Tasmanian Aboriginal peoples, traditional owners of the land upon which we're presenting tonight, and pay my respects to elders past and present. And for they hold the memories, the knowledge, culture and hopes of Aboriginal Tasmania. Now, welcome back to our Wednesday Experimenters Nights. And we have a whole bucket load of information about events that have happened in the last 2 or 3 weeks. So,
and quite a number of people on the stream, I see.
Oh, definitely. We've got Andy from the UK. Hello, Andy. Darren from Mount Isa. Welcome, Darren. John. And John, I noticed VK7JDH. I haven't noticed your call sign. So congratulations and welcome and great to see your call sign. We've got Ken from New Zealand. Hello, Ken. From a warm ZL3. Well, there you go. From Christchurch, I assume. We've got Bronson and David from a bit closer. And Ron, even closer. And we got Mark down at Dodgers. So we've just got everybody. So welcome. So the first thing we were going to do tonight is have a bit of a review of QTech. Now, QTech, for those who remember GipsTech, mm-hmm. Now, GipsTech
pre-COVID,
it was a COVID casualty. We can actually say it's a COVID casualty because it did stop after COVID. But GipsTech was a microwave experimenters conference that was held at Churchill, which is in the Gippsland at the Federation University. Used to be Monash University, became Federation University, and we'd all gather there and have a weekend of Nerdsville. Microwave experimentation, which was absolutely fantastic. I have a cupboard full of GipsTech mugs. Because they used to give you a mug each year. That was your mug that you kept hold of and had your hot drinks in. So it was really good. But okay, GipsTech stopped. we then started the Tassie Hamicon, and we've had two of them. So in 2024 and 2022, and what the Brisbane VHF group decided to do was, and there is quite a contingent from the Brisbane VHF group that comes to Tassie Hamicon.
Yes, both times, yes.
Each year, and so they decided that they were going to on the
Off year.
odd year. They were going to put on their a conference, a microwave conference, very similar to QTech, and they did that a couple of weeks ago up in Brisbane at the Chermside
RSL.
RSL. Yes. Do they call it an RSL?
Well, that's what it had on the.
Oh yeah. Okay.
That's what it had on the ticket.
No, you're right. No, Return Services League. Fantastic, absolutely fantastic weekend. Great venue and fantastic presenters. So, just excuse me, Murray, because I'm just going to what I'm actually going to do, because I have. Oh, not that one. Oh, there we go. So, studio contents. Okay. So, this is the running sheet for QTech. So, we started off with obviously the welcome, and then we had a couple of fantastic amateurs, young amateurs, who are both at university, called Otto and Finn, who took us through young hams. Yes, we do exist. And they took us through some of the experiments and some of the projects that they are working on. Absolutely fantastic. And in fact, they brought along the kit that they were working on.
And some insights into how their particular group of amateurs coexist at
the uni. Yeah, well and truly. So and shared the ideas of what worked and what didn't work, that was great. That was really, really good. We then went into a bit of a WIA update from Scott Williams, who had zoomed into us. So that was good. Had a bit of a morning tea break, and then we went into a panel discussion. So we had Otto from the first presentation. We had John Saunders from the Redcliffe Club, so quite popular Redcliffe Club. And we had Scott Watson, VK2ZRH, as a bit of a panel, with Kevin as the MC. And the panel discussion and the open forum, it's the future of amateur radio. How do we attract new members to our community? And so there was a great discussion and lots of engagement with the audience.
There was.
So around and a sharing of ideas around how different clubs were attracting new members and amateurs to their ranks. So that was really good. We then broke for lunch. Then down. So we had Marty Nelson, who people will know from the Tassie Hamicon. He did a great
presentation.
He did a great practical presentation at the Tassie Hamicon, where he was assembling his POTA station as he was doing the talk. So, which I thought was really good. Now Marty announced something new from in the POTA program. He actually talked about the fact that and announced that there were heritage sites. Is that what he said? I think it was heritage sites that were being added to the POTA program. So, and I know Matt and Hayden are working on adding lots of heritage sites for Tasmania.
Was that the word they used, heritage?
I'm not sure it was, actually.
They used a word and I sort of reverted to gaming speak and heard relic, and I just didn't probably take the correct word in.
Oh, okay. Righto.
I'm just like, okay.
No, but so that was an announcement. That was a big announcement that there's a whole new area for the POTA program. So that was really good. Changes to now. The next one was Grant Willis, VK5GR, has been doing a huge amount of work with the Technical Advisory Committee of the WIA around band planning. And Grant took us through a bit of a focus on the VHF and above bands and the changes to those bands. Now we've got a little bit, if we've got time, we'll get to a little bit around Grant's consultation paper, which is currently available out in the big wide world, along with a response template, and I was going to go through the response template so it can guide people if they want to respond. There are some changes.
And is that that's available on the WIA website?
Well and truly.
Yep.
And I've got a link that I'll share with everybody. We just need to get it out there because if people want to make comment, it is only open for, I think, another 2 or 3 weeks. So you've got and it's been open for 2 months. So our window of opportunity to input into it's rapidly closing. So it is worth having a look. We then had our very own Rex with optical communication and non-line of sight light communication at near infrared. So that's something that we were used to because we've seen that talk.
Yep.
He's done updates to that in the Wednesday experimenters group. Afternoon tea. Then we went into David Minchin, who is at the bleeding edge of using an automotive radar chip at 241 gigahertz. So this is up at almost our top band that we've got.
I believe.
I think we've got 300 something.
Above 300's and not licensed.
Yeah.
Everything above 300's evident.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, good point. Including light, which is what Rex was talking about. So David gave us a bit of an update on where he's at with that. Amateur Deep Space reception. Now, the Deep Space Network. Trevor took us through a very interesting talk around actually receiving signals from satellites like Voyager 1 and 2 that are billions of kilometres away, and actually coming up with a setup where you can receive those signals from those microwave signals from those very distant satellites.
I watched that presentation and I was quite interested in it. But what's that definition of receiving here?
Well, I sort of thought the same thing, Murray, because I thought, oh, this is great. They're receiving the signal, so then they're able to decode it. He wasn't decoding it at all. He was just receiving it. Or
even actually verifying that it was it. Although
it is the frequency.
I would suspect they are looking at the right thing, but
yeah.
It's not like you're getting any intelligence from that. You're just seeing it on the waterfall.
So it's correct. Yeah,
it's a waterfall receive only.
And
which is not to be undercooked, because it's a very difficult thing what they're attempting to do, and I wouldn't try and do it. But,
correct. So these are reasonably large dishes, 8 gigs in that sort of region. Very large dishes receiving next to nothing in the way of a signal,
and being pointed very, very accurately.
Correct.
So constantly moving, I suspect. Yes.
Well and truly. So he presented how he does that, and the setup he uses to do that, and not like I wouldn't say it's not insignificant, but I wouldn't say it was significantly complex if you put your mind to it.
Oh, I think just, Rex's motto, every dB counts at those things. Station efficiency is everything, and the electromechanical side of pointing that dish is probably the biggest challenge there.
Well, truly.
Yeah.
And Richard went into that as well in his talk. So
although he is only aiming the moon, which is
correct,
much closer,
and you can see it.
And you can see it. True.
So the very last talk was by Bo Hansen, who is OZ2M. Hang on, let me put that on the screen. OZ2M, so I can read it. So the future of VHF and microwave beacons, the PI4 model, the PI4 mode that they are using in Europe. I don't think...
Apparently we've got some here.
Have we?
Yeah, I believe we do. Oh. I heard the guys talking afterwards. I think there's one in VK4 that's running that. So
wow. Okay. And the European 6 metre beacon project. Now, this is all linked beacon stuff. So they're all putting out a coherent signal, which I thought was interesting.
Well, they're linked as in as much as they take turns.
Oh, correct. They're so you know
scheduled.
Correct. If you look at the website, you can tell this one's transmitting this at this time and all of that sort of stuff. So
which we don't really need here because nobody lives in Australia really, and we've got plenty of bandwidth.
Correct. And we can all be on different frequencies.
Yeah.
Well and truly. Now, the very last thing there, we went off to have tea downstairs, and then we came back upstairs, or at least some of us came back upstairs, and we had an ARIS contact with the
International Space Station.
Kedron Wavell High School, Kedron High School, I think, something.
Kedron Waverley, I think.
Waverley?
Oh, maybe
High
not.
School? Anyway, the local high school, we had a contact with the ISS through Shane, VK4. Well, he used to be VK7KHZ. He became VK4KHZ, and I think he's now VK4 ISS. So he's one of the principal tracking stations in Australia. Took over from Tony, VK5ZAI. So that was pretty good. We then had a rest, and we were back on Sunday morning. So the very first one was Amateur Microwave in Australia, very professionally produced videos and a remote presentation from Andrew McColm, VK3FS, produces great videos. We then Rex was back on the stage with Lightning Scatter and the Lightning Scatter mode, so that was really good. And a good linkage to VK4 there, because the VK4 guys also thought that they were doing Lightning Scatter, and they did send Rex the data files, the audio files, and Rex was able to confirm that he thought it was Lightning Scatter as well, which is great.
However, they didn't make a contact.
Correct. So at least they now know what to correlate. So that's pretty good. We had a morning tea break, and then we had talk by Graham, VK2QJ, on expanding the ICOM IC905. So he's come up with a whole lot of expansion boards which break out push-to-talks and break out all sorts of things in the 905. So that was, and he very impressively has two 905s. So that was a pretty impressive little arrangement that he uses for his field days. And we had Richard, woohoo, VK7ZBX on his 10 gig EME, My Journey So Far. So that was a fantastic finish off for the conference. We then had a close with some thanks and all sorts of things, and we then went off on our merry way. And I went off in the afternoon and did a SOTA activation with Dave, VK5DG, and Katrina, wife Katrina. So that was pretty good. And then we found a pub and spent the rest of the day in the pub, lamenting the fact that it was so bloody hot.
Sadly, I had a claim to catch, so I didn't hang around.
Now, one of the really nice things that they gave us is if I go to Document Cam and transition across, actually I can turn this around because it turns it around, is now Matt, what's Matt's call sign? It'll come to me. But now Matt has a bit of a business that produces these things. This is metal, and it's water cut metal. So high pressure water cut metal. Now, people are probably wondering what the hell it is. This is an N-type and this is an SMA with a little hook for your lanyard or whatever else. All water cut and etched little spanner that everyone was given from QTech. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And a microwave microwave connector, common microwave connectors that you use. So
the two most common for amateurs, anyway.
Correct.
Probably
Correct. So that was in the back of your little name tag. So I thought that was cool. That was very cool. Anyway.
No, it was.
Good show. And we in the final session, I was asked to do a bit of a promo for Tassie Hamicon and get everybody down there. And I know that there are already 8 VK5s and 8 VK4s that are hanging out to come down for the next one.
Beautiful.
So there you go.
Good start.
Now, the next thing, Miena. Miena Hamfest was on the weekend. Did a bit of a clash, but so what? Now, unfortunately, I can't zoom in with this one.
Oh.
I can. No,
Well, that's not.
I can. There we go. Miena Hamfest now is held at Miena. The Miena Community Hall, which is a fantastic facility.
It actually is. Yeah.
Of Jim Bacon. We can thank Jim Bacon for that. That was Jim Bacon community funding. For those people who remember Jim Bacon. It sits on right inside of Miena, the hamlet of Miena, where the Great Lake Hotel is. Right on the Great Lake. Next to the fire and ambulance station. So if you know where the Great Lake Hotel is, it's right next to it.
No, it's before you get to it. It's a couple of k's away.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. What's the
Oh, you mean
the Miena Hotel?
Oh, the Trout Lodge.
Yeah, the Trout Lodge.
Okay, it's right next to that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. So what was your?
Oh, look,
Because Murray went. I couldn't go for the next thing we're going to talk
you
about.
had a bit of a conflict.
Got a bit of conflict of events.
Conflict of amateur radio events, yes. No, look, it was a bit of a flea market and a bit of there was food and coffee and I spent not a lot of money, but I found a couple of pieces of treasure. A compatriot that went with me spent a whole lot more money than I did.
Oh. Okay. Right.
So there was definitely some
Who was that?
definitely some treasure. But no, it was a great event. I met some people that I've only ever spoken to on the radio, face to face, which is always good.
Meet the voice.
Well, that's exactly right. And obviously a lot of people we did know, and it was good to have a bit of a chat and catch up with people.
So was there lots of tables with treasure?
Oh, there's a few tables with treasure. Yeah.
And were there any club tables?
Yeah, Entuck had a table there.
Okay.
Yep.
And
there was a
Pota?
the Pota table.
There was a Pota table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And yeah, there was bits and pieces, but no, it was a good day to get up there and
Weather
just
was excellent.
The weather was very kind, very kind.
Given we've had Mienas where it's been all 4 seasons in one day, including snowing, actually. We had one where it was it actually snowed.
Well, look, it wasn't really... No, it was actually quite warm up there. I put my jacket on as soon as I got out of the car. Richard went, and walked inside, and it was warm inside, so he had his T-shirt on all day, so it wasn't cold.
No, okay.
And then I wish I'd taken some photos of it, but one of the guys from the local area took those that were interested through a tour of a greenhouse that they have out the back.
Oh,
a geothermal greenhouse. Now,
so they've got stuff into the ground.
When they said that, that's what I assumed, but that's not the case.
Okay. Right. No. Okay.
No, they have an A-frame hothouse with 10 mil polycarbon, 10 mil gap polycarbon on the front as insulation, and to let the sun in.
Yep.
And they literally have a big suspended concrete floor with insulation on the ground, and they've got a hose about, I don't know, 0.5 metre in diameter with a fan running that sucks the hot air out of the top and pumps it under the concrete to heat the concrete up, so that at night the concrete keeps all the stuff warm.
Okay.
And if you think the Miena hall cost a bit, I think this cost a lot more. It was a very nice piece of setup. Okay. I don't know where the money came from, but it was certainly not a commercial outfit. I think it was a
community climate saving fund.
Well, I'm not sure if there was I'm not sure if it was the sort of thing that would be classed as carbon neutral, because there was a lot of steel and concrete involved. But look, it inspired me. I like a bit of gardening, and I'm like, I wonder if I could do this at home. I decided that I probably couldn't afford the concrete involved, but they look like, I mean, they had a reasonable sized thing, but concrete's very expensive these days. I think maybe they've $200,000 or $300,000 worth of concrete in this project, I would have thought.
Ouch.
Yeah, it's
fairly large there.
Yeah, it was really impressive. It was really impressive, yeah. Okay. And I was walking around, and like they had tomatoes a metre high in there.
Already?
Like, yeah. No, so
did they plant them at show day?
No, I think they planted
no, because they could probably plant them a lot earlier.
Yeah. So anyway, that was an unexpected detour.
Oh, great. So they were people that are actually involved with they live at Miena, or
So the guy that took us through us was, I think it's actually a men's shed project.
Yeah. Okay.
And one of the guys was there involved in the hall and the catering at the hall and stuff, and it's like, anyone want to have a look? I'm like, oh, I do.
Well and true.
There was a few of us went and had a look, so that was an unexpected, very cool thing to look at.
So is that out the side where they do the barbecue?
Yeah.
That was sort of out there. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, cool. Cool.
Yeah, very interesting piece of kit.
I love it. Okay.
Apart from that, it was a good social event.
Yeah.
Caught up a lot of people. Well worth the drive.
So how many people do you reckon?
Oh, I don't know. Probably 80 or 90 people or something. Okay. I got there right on open, like 5 minutes after opening time, and I was like, got door ticket number 45, I think. So, and there was a lot of people there by the time I got there. So.
And Harry was in before. Harry got the door prize.
Oh, yes.
The Quang Sheng K5. So, yes. So there you go. He's got another K5.
So no, really good turnout, and for a small place like Tassie, well worth the drive.
Fantastic. All right.
You weren't there. You were otherwise occupied.
Well, that's the next event, is the Clark Trophy. So, you don't have to stick around if you don't want to. So, the Clark Trophy. Let me just do that. So, this I've done a little bit of a write-up for AR magazine, because I think this is actually a good news story. This is about safety communications for a scouting event. So this particular trophy, the Sir Ernest Clark Trophy, has been running since 1934.
Wow.
Almost every year since 1934. And the exercise is about getting scout patrols from all around Tasmania. It is a specifically Tasmanian thing. Sir Ernest Clark was the premier, and then I think he ended up becoming the governor.
So this is a scout badge trophy, whatever, you can only get in Tasmania.
Oh yeah.
Oh, cool.
Well and truly. And in fact, you talk about, this is a scout exercise. This is a scout exercise. This is and because I was involved, document camera. Because I was involved, this is my Wyson bucket hat. This is this year's Clark Trophy badge. And if I turn it around...
Oh, you've got other years.
I've got 2015 and 2019, which are the last two that I did. Now, there have been a couple more in between that I haven't been able to get to. So this was this year's. So everybody who participated did get a badge. But so what the exercise is, they bring scout patrols from around Tasmania to one place. Now, it's been held for the last couple of years at a property called Rockton, which is to the west of Oatlands.
When you say the last couple of years, last 10 or 15, or
last year it wasn't held at Rockton.
oh,
It was held at Scout Island up north
okay.
in Launceston. But before that, leading up to that, it's been held at Rockton. And then the intention is to run it next year at Rockton, etc. So Rockton's on the Interlaken Road. So if you go to the middle of Oatlands and you turn left, it's the Interlaken Road. The Interlaken Road takes you up to actually the road that you would have been on to get to Miena. And up into the Central Highlands. So about 5 k's in on the Interlaken Road is this property called Rockton. Now, fantastic property because it's quite hilly, but right in the middle there is this hill called, and I think the hill's about 500 metres. The hill's called Spion Kop.
Goodness.
But the advantage is the radio guys, and so the radio guys there were Michael VK7MRS, Randall VK7VWK, Ollie VK7NFI, and myself. And so Ollie and I went to the top of Spion Kop. That's a 4-wheel drive up there. Into the bush and on the top of the hill. But the advantage of being on top of the hill, of course, is you can see the whole property. And so all of the patrols, then they start at 11 o'clock on Saturday. There are all of these activity points around the property that all had different names this year. And the leaders, so the scout leaders from all the troops, run these activity points around the property, and the patrols are self-managing.
Oh, so they arrive at the site.
They arrive at the site, and basically at 11 o'clock they say, you're going to be dropped off at control point XYZ, and it's up to you to plan what activities you want to do, when you want to do them in the next 24 hours. Ooh. You also need to establish a camp. And the camp is like the activity points. The activities that you do are scored, and they go against that patrol. Your camp is scored. Your radio technique is scored. Oh, goodness. And at the end, all added up, and one of the patrols, wins the Clark Trophy. And so it was Lindisfarne that won the Clark Trophy. And there were a few comments about Lindisfarne again.
I don't know what's wrong with that. My kids went to that one.
But it was, I think it was Devonport last year. One of the patrols in Devonport. But from a radio point of view, and can I just say, some of the leaders who were there and some of the key leaders who were running the scoring and a few other things came up to the radio guys a couple of times and just went, thank you, because we would not be able to run this event without you. And I sort of went, cool. Okay. That's really good, because from their point of view, what we're providing is safety communications. Mm-hmm. So this is keeping in touch with all of the patrols. The patrols have little UHF CB handhelds. They are on one channel. The leaders at each of the activity points are on another UHF CB channel. And we also have a channel, a 2 metre amateur frequency between us and base. So we're headquarters and they're base. And so we take messages from the patrols, because they have to give us location reports about they're going from this activity point to this activity point, and some of the activity points they actually had to give us eastings and northings for those activity points, because we had to know that they were actually there.
Yes.
And those those eastings and northings, those locations were then passed by us from HQ to base, and they also had to let us know where their camp was, because the state commissioner was the one who was scoring their camps, would go out and go to their camp, whether they were there or not, and score their camp.
Right.
So yeah, and one of the key things was Ollie and I were up on top of Spion Cop. There were these two echidnas that we watched for about an hour on top, that were all over. Actually, I can show you some photos here. Just these two echidnas and this stump. There was obviously an awful lot of ants at this stump. This is one echidna on top of the stump, and this is the other echidna at the base of the stump, and they are snuffling around that. And what ended up happening was this one took off in another direction, and this one came round and jumped up here, and then jumped up on top of here. It was just off the show. So we watched them. There were a couple of betongs. So this is what the camp looks like. This is our camp arrangement. And can I just say, the weather from your Miena the weather was perfect.
It was.
Because up on Spion Cop, honestly, the last two times that I've been there, it has been blowing an absolute gale, given you're on top of a hill. So this is the radio setup. This is so there's a 7800 that I can pull the head off out of the car. That was the 2 meter frequency. I had one of the CB channels in the T90, and I had another CB channel in a IC2400. That was a wedge-tailed eagle that I saw on one of my little walks around the top. So that was pretty cool. I did a bit of FT8 during the night because there was not much going on. And Ollie brought along a fire pot. You've experienced that.
I'm hoping Ollie brings that fire pot next weekend to...
Can I just say...
It's amazing, isn't it?
Fantastic.
So much heat.
So much heat and no smoke.
No smoke.
And he pointed out that it's a little double-skinned arrangement with the holes at the top, and then there's holes at the bottom.
And the holes at the top, put oxygen into the top and burn that last, like a double burn out of a thing. That is the best fire pot.
Just phenomenal.
And it's so light. It weighs nothing. I don't think it'll last long. I think it'll burn out in time. But it's a really, really good thing. And Ollie, if you're watching, I'm hoping you're bringing that to Equine Endurance next weekend.
I think he might be.
Because you're on my checkpoint.
He was talking
or
about
I'm
that.
on yours, one of the two.
And there's actually there in the background, there's the arrangement with the 705 and the arrangement that I had set up. So anyway, that's enough of that.
Very good.
So that was what we did, and fantastic. I just really enjoyed it. Really appreciate the comments from the scouts. There's a big barbecue, so it finishes at 11 on Sunday. And then there's a big barbecue that they put on, and then they do their presentations and all of that sort of stuff. So just off the show, absolutely off the show. So, and got another badge for my hat.
Beautiful. Happy days.
So yeah. Now there is. Oh no, that's the. I put the map in, but it not going to add any value there. Anyway, that's
good.
So that was the weekend, and then also the previous weekend, and then in 2 weeks' time, as Murray said, we are off to Sassafras for the state endurance. So this is the final endurance event for the year, and this is the state championship. So this
it's the end of November. I hope so.
Well and truly. But this is the wrap up for the year. So They have progressive scores that go all the way through the year, and also, given this is a 160, this will go towards qualifying for the Tom Quilty
Next year, yep.
for the next year. So
Which is not being held in Tassie next year,
no,
is it?
no. Thank goodness, because that's a bit of a mammoth effort to put that on.
Oh, I think this one looks like almost as much, if not more.
It's more. Because it's not only the 160 kilometre ride, it's a 100 kilometre ride and a 40. So checkpoints are going to be pretty busy for the 24 hours. So yeah, just off the show. Absolutely off the show. So that's in a fortnight's time.
I was just checking, things must be settled down. Normally by this time of night I've had at least 2 update messages from Roger about that event, so he's doing the power of work to sort things out.
Correct. So we're all going to descend on Sassafras. At least I suppose it is a very similar course to what we did for the Quilty. So from
a checkpoint perspective,
it's the same.
Yeah, there's lots of course differences, but we're setting up in pretty much the same places.
The only problem is there's a couple of checkpoints there that are just going to be off the show because you've got...
I think the checkpoint you're on's looking very busy at the moment, the latest iteration.
You've got them coming in both directions.
I'm hoping you have a card reader at yours.
Well, and we did for the Quilty, but can I just say, the very first time through our checkpoint, they just went through and we didn't get very many card reads at all.
Oh, right.
Accurate ones. It got better as it went on, but anyway, we just got to get them to do it because that's of course that's just after midnight. So
and they've only just started. They're keen.
They're all keen and they're all got lots of energy and all that sort of stuff. So anyway, all right, fantastic.
Cool.
Thanks, Murray.
All right, pleasure.
Thank you. All right, this is VK7 OTC, the club station of the Radio and Electronics Association of Southern Tasmania with our DATV Experimenters Night. Now, I have some treasure here from Greg, VK7 GM. Now, Greg currently works for Optus, but he used to work before Optus with OTC, the Overseas Telecommunication Commission, which, can I just say, there's a few people next door. I'm seeing them. I'm seeing them in the club rooms. Actually, if I head over here,
See, I got there in time for lunch. I got there just in time for lunch. It's got the same messing with our hair.
There's a fair few people out there, but what? In his job as OTC, he was on many of the overseas telecommunications and satellite. They looked after the main satellite links, and that sort of thing. And he has a absolute treasure trove of some of the cards, the line cards that they used to use in OTC, and these have all been pulled out, and they're just a fascinating snapshot of early history, early satellite and telecommunications history. So I've just got a few to show you here. So this particular card, this is a combined SSN interface unit 123. So what you've got is a telephone pair coming in here, and then it splits it out to a send and a receive pair. So 2 pairs. So here's mixer comes through here. There's some amplification, and then you've got the receive in here, and then the transmit out here, the send out here, and there's obviously some signal and supervisory circuitry in here. But so combined SSN interface unit, and you can see here the thing that jumped out for me is I used to work on these. These are 8749 Intel microcontrollers, Intel designed. These are NEC, but Intel microcontrollers. I built programmers for these and actually used quite a few of these in our test equipment. But absolutely fascinating. 3 kilohertz equalization, 0 to 4 dB. You can dial in attenuation, the interface type, all sorts of stuff, and it all plugged into A bus, obviously, in the back, all ran off of 48 volts, minus 48 volts. So absolutely fascinating. Now, what have we got here? Baseband data amplifier. So this is another card, and you can see baseband. So we're talking audio here. 600 ohms in, and you've got some matrix switching in here, signal mixing in here, and then you've got amplification out. So baseband data amplifier, so boosting data amplifier. Surface mount. So this is quite modern. Channel 1, 2, 3, and then you've got different output impedance here, and mixing. You're mixing. This is your mixing switches here. So and gain input. Fantastic. I love it. I love it. I love it. What else have we got? Signal loop extender. So exchange side. So you've got an exchange side and you've got a line side, and you've got this is a boost arrangement. So if you've got a long line where you have to boost the signal up to get a reasonable level over distance. Again, all of this runs off of minus 48 volts. Well, there you go, Telecom. Before it was Telstra, PMG, Telecom, Telstra. Fair bit of analog circuitry on there. What do we got here? A 2-watt VF hybrid amplifier from Telecom as well. So you've got a pair coming in, a pair coming out. A 2-watt. There's a decent amount of power coming in here. So boosted up in both directions. All off 48 minus 48 volts. Yeah, 3 kilohertz EQ in dB. Gain in dB. Got the 2 amplifiers, 2-watt amplifiers. Fantastic. Now, what else is in here? Oh, active VF. Okay, equalizer. So this is where you have to change the frequency characteristic as it goes through this particular interface. And there's a whole lot of I assume settings that you can adjust. I love these little frames for the vertical resistors. There's another one here. Here. Termination set 2 and 4 watts. So you've got a pair coming in. There is attenuation networks, and these are all wire wrapped. So you can see the 8 dB. The 8 dB link is wire wrapped in, and that would be the resistor matrix to get your particular level of attenuation. Oh, fantastic! What have we got here? Termination. So it goes from 600 ohms to 1200 ohms. So you've got 6 and 12. Got a pair coming in, 600 ohm pair coming in, and then you've got an input of 612 and an output of 612. Absolutely fantastic. All wound transformers, ferrite core transformers. All very nice poly Phillips capacitors. My goodness. And one last one. And what have we got? A VF amplifier, just a straight out amplifier with discrete components. You can see the pair coming in, the pair coming out, and a bit of gain for both. All minus 48 volts, and all Plessey, Plessey and Phillips, Plessey. Anyway, a bit of history, telecom history. That's what that's about. Now I'll just go back to Okay. Great weekend. Yeah, it was, Darren, actually. Definitely. Monuments. Spot on, Darren. Spot on. That's the word we were thinking about. For the POTA, so the POTA announcement was they would include monuments as part of POTA, Monuments on the Air. And those monuments are currently being put into the Australian POTA arrangement. And you'll be able to operate a POTA monument, as well as the other thing, the beaches on the air and all sorts of things. So yeah, that's that. Now, okay, how are we going for time? All right, very, very quickly. Now, just bear with me. I just want to go and grab Jim, VK7JZ. Just stand by.
Mate, I meant you.
No, you. Come on.
Okay, hang on a sec.
Come in. Can't get good help around here.
Oh dear. I didn't prepare for this.
No, that's fine.
The plan was to hand
That's
hand the kit over to you and for you to talk about how it works. But anyway,
Okay.
it's cool.
Now, Lance, VK7TO. So, welcome, Jim.
Thank you.
VK7JZ. We've also got Warren, VK7 Whiskey November in the studio.
Good evening.
So, one of the things that Lance contacted us a little while ago, the group that's interested in CW, and said, I'm thinking about ordering some BaMaKeys. So these they come out of Germany. Very nice keys, actually, very nice keys. I'll show one. Very nice pedals, transition. So this is a TP3. And I'll show the details of it shortly. But so he went to he put out a call, and a few of us were interested. So he went to put in the order, and unfortunately, the guy that actually produces it, Marcus, had actually become silent key not that long before, and so there was a notice on the website which said that he'd unfortunately become silent key, and that they were selling off their stock, and that was it. And so Lance was able to put in the order, which was great. And the keys last week arrived, and he handed them out. And one of the things about these keys they are actually the return on them is magnetic.
Correct.
Which is a little bit of an interesting. So you've got in one direction you've got a spring, effectively a spring, and in the return direction you've got the ability to screw in a little rare earth magnet. So it controls the return of the paddle back to its original position. And you can adjust, so those magnets are adjustable, and also the actual travel is obviously adjustable as well. So very nice, and all very nicely machined. The base of them has some rare earth magnets in them, so that they can stick to a ferrous metal base and not move around. So if you've got a decent piece of steel, or you've got a steel desk or whatever else, you can clip them to the desk. Beautifully made keys. There's a TP3, which is the small one that I've got, primarily for SATA operation, and then there is a TP2 which Ron got. Did you get? you got the TP2?
I got the TP2 if you want to show them together.
Please.
For the size comparison.
That'd be great.
So the TP2 comes with the lead already attached.
Yeah.
But I'll pass you that. And so I think the TP2 is more designed to be your bench key or bench paddle.
Yeah.
And the design is slightly different, but
again, magnetic return.
Same concept with the magnetic return.
Correct.
And the opposing magnets.
So in the same arrangement as I'll show you in a minute, you've got the gap adjustment at the front and the magnet return at the back. Is that correct?
Correct.
Yeah, and you've got that both sides, so you can independently adjust them. This is all ball bearing, so this is ball races for the bearings. So no expense spared. Little ball race in the middle of that one. This one's got the metal paddles on it, so the anodized metal paddles. Whereas this one has the he puts the rubber. You can pull the rubber off if you want to. I haven't. I think it's okay. And you can put obviously other bits and pieces on there. The adjustment for this one is through the front and the back, and you need to undo those to adjust. And then this one also has, it's got a little 3.5 inch stereo socket on it, whereas this is wired in. But you can see the difference in size, same functionality, and same magnetic return. But beautifully made keys. Comes with the feet. BaMaKey, made in Germany, designed and manufactured by BaMaTech, Germany. So there you go. Now,
just like that,
a demonstration. So what I've got here is we've got a little so Ham Radio Solutions, and I'll put all the links in the video description. This is their little interface. Let me go over here. So this is their little interface, their little Ham Radio Solutions is on the back. Yes, Ham Radio Solutions, USB paddle interface, version 1.6. So this is key, paddles go in there, USB goes in there. I think they've now got an updated one which has got USB-C on it, but this is a USB, little micro USB. And so, key plugs in, this plugs into your USB port. Can you plug that into the USB port on the side?
That will be plugged in.
Now, here we go. Because this will be a bit interesting. We're going to get some feedback here.
Yeah. Justin, whatever your speed is, my speed is slower.
No. Oh no, I'm not a paddle. I'm not a paddle keyer. I'm a straight key keyer. So this is my forcing myself to become a key. Now we're going to get. We're going to get some fold back here. So let me just cue that. Now, so Ham Radio Solutions has a website.
If you want, totally up to you. I do have the 705 here if you're just wanting to make a key and make a tone.
No, that's all right. That's okay. That's okay. What I want to do is get rid of that. And why am I not being able to get rid of that? Oh, there we go. Okay. So this is called V-Band. And I need to put it on the screen. Content Studio. So this is called V-Band. I'll put the link in the video description. V-Band is, if I go to virtual bands, so virtual CW bands, there are a whole lot of practice channels. There's practice channel, and there are a whole lot of channels with both. Now, some of these channels have, as you key in, it will try and decode what you're keying, and it will bring it up. Some of them decode, and then the ND channels are no decode. But what it is you can see who else. Like you can see there are 2 users on channel 1. There is 12 users in the practice channel. In the lobby, there's 24 users. And you can see as users come up on these channels, if you come up on these channels, what you key in, those people on the channel can see what you're keying in. And they can come back to you. You can put out a CQ on here and they'll come back to you if they so wish they want to come back to you.
So what they're seeing are the characters that you're entering.
That I'm entering, well and truly. And they're hearing them as well. If they're listening, they're hearing them as well.
But they're only seeing the characters if it's a decoding channel.
Oh, correct.
All right, with you.
On the non-decoding channel, all they're hearing is the audio.
Okay.
So this is what they call V-band, ham radio solutions. If you've done the CW Ops course, this is one of the things they recommend as part of the course to do some practice on. You can plug in and configure for paddles. You can plug in for straight keys. You can iambic A, iambic B, etc., 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 etc. So what I've done here is practice channel. Okay, practice channel. Now, the issue I've got to do here is I've actually got to unmute, which means we get the audio from the video, which is delayed. What I've got to do here is I've actually got to unmute, which means we get the audio from the video, which is delayed.
Put that on the screen?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Okay. Okay. That is really hard when you get it fed back. Ooh. That is really hard to do. Anyway. That is really hard to do.
There was a TW in there.
There was a TW in there. I'll just mute that. The only way I can get it on V-band to come up is to unmute it on here, and then you've got video on here as well. So, but that shows you V-band. That's the practice channel, and the other channels. Just let me go to the other channels, because if there is anything going on, you can actually see it on those channels. If I select the channel that's currently, oh, there we go. If they're keen, no, you can. If there's activity going on, you can actually see it come up. That's the thing I'm trying to show here. But I'll put the links to V-band. I'll put the links to the keys, and also that interface that is there. Now, the other thing I wanted to show, Ron VK2ZRH, also on the BaMaKey website, they have the print files for 3D printed enclosures for the TP3. I'm not sure whether they've got them for the TP2.
I haven't looked.
But so this literally drops in there, and there's a little clip on here, so printed clip, and you've got a protected key, which I absolutely love from the SOTA point of view. Mm-hmm. And it's got BaMaKey written on the front. So thank you to Ron for printing that in some PLA. So it protects, and you really do want to protect the arms on the paddles, so that they don't get out of alignment or get bent or anything. So yeah. Anyway, BaMaKey, unfortunately, now a collector's item. So yeah, it's but I just thought I'd show, because it's a little bit.
There we go.
Andy Cowley. Okay, V-band is great fun and very useful. I totally agree, Andy. I absolutely love it. I did a lot of my practice on the straight key with V-band when I was doing the course, and made some contacts, made some, I suppose you'd say, virtual contacts via V-band, because you can put out a CQ. You put out a CQ, VK7TW, and if there's somebody else on the channel, they might come back to you. So, and you have a rag chew with them. I haven't been game enough to go to the no decode version because at least I can see what I stuff up on the decode version. But anyway, that's BaMaKeys and also V-band. So there you go. And thank you, Jim, because that was I thought Ron was the only one who actually got one of these.
Thank you for the opportunity to have a look at the little TP3.
Oh no, well and truly. So you bought one of these as well?
No.
Okay,
so
you just bought that.
So I bought the TP2.
Okay.
And not the TP3.
Okay. Well, you're welcome to have a go. I have, and taking up your comment on the Discord today, I haven't changed the settings on these at all.
So I did, and let's just call it a comparison to the key that the pedal I had been using for the last 12 months.
Okay.
And I started using this in the last couple of days, and I found I was throwing in extra dits that were unexpected.
Okay.
Because this was such a finely set piece of engineering.
Yep.
I was too clumsy.
Okay.
There was nothing wrong with the pedal. The adjustment I made today, I left the spacing of the contacts exactly where they were. I haven't touched it or adjusted. I didn't even undo the set screws. But what I did do was, by about 3 turns, I undid the set screw, of course, and then I wound the magnets in to increase the opposing force on the levers.
No extra dits?
No extra dits yet. But the effect of that was that it's still a very short travel to close the contacts.
Yep.
But it actually requires a slightly more, I mean, it doesn't take much at all, but it does take a slightly more deliberate touch of the paddle to actually send a dit or a dar.
Warren, can I get you to give me that? Because we can actually connect this up. Oh, no, we can't. Oh, yes, we can. Hang on. Yes, we can.
We're getting serious now. Please.
Now, the issue here, we're going to get the feedback again. I'll tell you now. Yeah. Okay.
Good.
I see what you mean, though.
Now, prior to me adjusting it, it was a very much softer touch.
Yeah.
It was almost a breath of a touch, and it was enough.
It will be like this because I haven't adjusted it.
Yeah.
So what that's telling me is I really probably need to do the magnet side of it and firm that up.
In my case, I'm going with the theory that the quality of the key exceeds my current capability with the CW.
Okay, great.
So
I like it. Ooh. Yeah. Okay.
Takes some getting used to, doesn't it?
Oh, well and truly. And can I just say, it's all about muscle memory. With a paddle, it's all about muscle memory. It's the same as a straight key, but you've got a few more things at play. So there you go. I love it. But it works fine. Yep. That's the USB, the interface. So there you go.
Very cool.
I absolutely love it.
All right. How about I clear the chair? I'm sure you've got another topic.
No. Well, I finish off because we're we've actually over time. So I'll give you your key back, even though I want to keep it. Very nice.
Concerned that the next soda trip I might get pushed off a cliff after I put my bag down.
No, never. that'd be a good amateur radio story, though.
Yeah, that'd be a good whodunit story.
Correct. We found him off the cliff, and the only thing that was missing was his key. I love it. I absolutely love it. All right, we'll just finish off. So space weather settled down. A week ago, it was off the show, and we were making. I made a whole lot of, along with a whole lot of others, and Hayden's out there, and Richard and a few other, made a whole lot of 6 metre contacts, outrageous 6 metre contacts. I made a whole lot into Europe on 6 metres using 100 watts and a 6 metre vertical. Not a beam,
Vertical.
6 metre vertical. So just off the show. It is the magic band. We've got so if you're thinking about a standard, advanced or regulations assessment, please let Reg know. We have one person booked in for the 29th of November. This is our last session for this year. The next one is Foundation on the 21st of February. So you're going to have to wait until the 28th of March for the next one. So if you want to do that. So let Reg know. Our next major event is Wednesday, December the 3rd, which is our end of year sausage sizzle. Now, out in the club rooms, if I just go to club rooms.
So, if your transverter only wants one watt,
I see things, my friend VK, she's just like, so the SG Labs one, you've got a gain control.
Oh,
Yes,
yes,
so
right.
SG Labs is the
The other funny thing
transverter.
is
They've got a gain
I send the street needs here. I say the street needs here. I say the street needs here.
Michaela just said, "Oh, we're going to see this called weeks expiry."
Yeah, exactly.
On the 3rd for our barbecue. So if you're up here, there is an interview barbecue. Now, there is a barbecue at 12 for the WEGs, and then there is one again starts at 6 o'clock. Thank you, Harry. One that's at 6 o'clock for the WEGs. So there are two barbecues on the one day. Thank you, Tony, VK7 VKT, who is organising that for us. And then the next event is Sunday, January the 18th. Is a huge Carboot sale up here in the Queen's Domain and sausage sizzle. So there you go. So that's your blooming lot. Now we've got another really full program for next week. Next Wednesday is a Wednesday Experimenters Group night, so we've got that all lined up. Hopefully, I can give you a bit more on keys and a few other bits and pieces. So we'll do that. So anyway, that's your blooming lot for this week. Let me just have a look. Dave Bauman is VK7CB. Hello from VK5. So hello, Dave. There you go. Cheers. Nice to meet you as well, Darren. Actually, at QTech, really good. Caught up with a whole lot of people that I usually catch up with at Gibbs Tech, and haven't for quite a while. So it was good stuff. Anyway, that's it. Thank you, Jim.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Warren. Thank you, ball boys. Thank you, linesman. We'll catch you later. 73.